Good evening. I have gathered you all here tonight to discuss the prospect that Rene Descartes set out to achieve in Meditations 1 and 2. What can we know for certain? That's tricky. We want to be able to prove three things through our certainty. We want to be able to prove ourself. We want to be able to prove certainty in its core aspect, which is a little bit of an Ouroboros of reasoning, but we want to be able to prove the concept of God or the world. Through these goals we have, we can view the aspect of our desire to have knowledge of these goals within us, and how, in fact, can we do that? What is the method we are going to use to determine whether or not we know what we know for certain? And Descartes came up with this method called methodological doubt. You can think of this as a filter. You think of this as a filter. Having on one end things that we find that we know for certain, and on one end things we do not. The goal of this methodological doubt is to keep what we know, to take out what we cannot prove for certain. And to accomplish these goals, Rene Descartes actually set out three different metrics that we can use to try to see what we do and do not know for certain. Human characteristics and traits that he could utilize in his life to see whether or not these things could stand up to his own reason. And the first thing he came up with was to question his senses, the five senses we all aspire to have. He came to see whether or not we could reach our goals of certainty through our senses. And what he found was lacking, actually. Descartes brings up the point that objects look smaller, farther away. That sticks underwater seem bendy and wobbly. This marker even might seem wobbly over the camera, but it is not. And therefore, our senses fall under the category of not. Next, Descartes asks about our dreams, a sort of ethereal in-between of our life, the knowledge we're searching for with our goals. And what Descartes actually came up with is something that's quite intuitive to us. Who truly knows when they are dreaming? Obviously, there are, the dreams where you know that you're dreaming, you can fly, you can change concepts of it, but truly and utterly in the normal aspect of it, who's to say that none of us are dreaming right now? My point being, when you are in the dream, you do not know you are in the dream. You, in fact, are just existing and experiencing existence in that mode. So who is to say we are not currently dreaming right now? Who is to say we are not currently a part of anyone's dream and not our own existence? And so again, through this metric, we find methodological doubt within our dreams. And finally, we have our third metric, reason, the human ability to think, to be, to make decisions based on that being and that thinking. And Descartes has a really interesting argument here. He makes the argument of, what if all of this existence is truly preyed upon by an evil demon? What you think is good and loving is actually truly awful, made so by this evil demon above us, pulling the strings. Again, for the third time, via Descartes' method of radical doubt, we strike another one of our metrics from the board. So what the hell do we even know for certain? We've actually already answered this question all three times through considering and thinking about these things. Even if our thoughts come to the wrong conclusion, we understand that we do, in fact, think. We view the world, and we consider, and we come up with thoughts. And even if those thoughts are fake, even if those thoughts are wrong, even if those thoughts are preyed upon by an evil demon, we have our cogito. I think, it's math speak for therefore. I think, therefore I am. We've heard it, we know it, Descartes' motto. We have proven doubt within our metrics through this concept of thinking. And we have, in that, found the only thing that we know, that we do not doubt, is that we exist and we think. And those things are in tandem. They go together. And so, bring it on back. Our goals that Descartes starts with, to prove the certainty of self, certainty itself, and God. Descartes uses methodological doubt to prove only what he can know. And the only thing that Descartes says he can know is the fact that he is thinking. This is the precipice of what builds the proof upon knowing these goals for certain. And that, we think, is the only thing that we do know for certain.